You were watching the Target 4.1 retest film. In this film, you are going to learn how to graph quadratic functions in the three different forms. So remember, you're supposed to pick up the retest worksheet packet first, and you have to have that completed in order to retest. So here we go. A few little notes first. Let's look at each of the three different forms. For all three forms, you're going to need to know the vertex and the pattern in order to graph. And in each form, you find it a little bit differently. So in standard form, you find the vertex by taking the opposite b over 2a, figuring out what that is, and then plug it back in to find y. Okay, the pattern is always going to be 1, 3, and 5, but we're going to take those and we're going to multiply by whatever a is. And a, in this case, is right here. In vertex form, the vertex is already given to you with h and k. And remember now that this is always the opposite of what you see, but this one is the same. And again, the pattern is 1, 3, 5, but we'll multiply by a, which is right here. And in factored form, we're going to find the x-intercepts. And one x-intercept, we'll label it as p, it's right there. And we'll label the other one as q, which is right there. And remember now, those are both opposites of what you see in the parentheses, in the bundles. Now we take p and q and we average them. That finds the axis of symmetry. So it's p plus q divided by 2, which is also your x-coordinate. And then we plug it back in to find y. Okay, again, 1, 3, 5 is the pattern. We multiply that by a. A is right in front. So what I'm going to do is take a look at one problem from each of those. Feel free and rewind and watch it again if you don't quite get it the first time. And here we go. This one is number 10 on the worksheet. So remember, vertex is what we need to find, and we need to take care of the pattern. So let's take care of the vertex first. A is right here, B is next to the x, C is a number without any x's. So we find the x-coordinate first, the opposite of b, all over 2 times a. For that one, you end up with negative 16 over negative 4, which is 4. So the x-coordinate of the vertex is 4. The y-coordinate then is just plugging that 4 back in. So we put 4 everywhere there's an x, and we take care of the exponents first. And then we'll multiply. And then we'll add all of those together. Negative 32 plus 64 is 32. 32 minus 34 is negative 2. So our vertex is 4, negative 2, which is right here. The pattern is 1, 3, 5, but we're going to multiply all those by a, and a is negative 2. So our new pattern is negative 2, negative 6, negative 10, which means we go down 2 spots, down 6 spots, and down 10 spots from there. Down 2, down 6, and 10 doesn't fit. It's symmetrical, so we go on the other side also, exactly the same amount, and there's our parabola. Okay, usually we label the vertex then, and we're good. Okay, so again, if you don't quite get the standard form one, rewind it, look at it again and again and again. You have to do that entire worksheet before you're allowed to retest. Let's look at the vertex form. Again, we need the vertex and the pattern. In vertex form, the vertex is super easy. Here is h, here is k. Remember, h is the opposite and k is the same. So the vertex is the opposite of negative 4. That's just 4. And k is negative 4. We take the same pattern. Let's plot the vertex. 4, negative 4 is right here. And then the pattern, 1, 3, 5. We're going to multiply all of those times a. and A is in front of the parentheses. In this case, it's 1. So our new pattern is 1, 3, 5, which means we go up 1, up 3, up 5. Up 1 over 1, up 3 over 1, and up 5 over 1 doesn't fit. So there's our parabola. Label the vertex, and we're good. Probably the easiest of the three forms to graph is the vertex form because the vertex is already given to you. Go ahead and rewind that if you didn't quite get where the pattern was and all that kind of stuff, and learn how to do the vertex form before you are allowed to retest. Let's do one factored form. Now, factored form, remember, this gives us the x and y intercepts, or sorry, the x intercepts. So vertex, and we still need a pattern. So the vertex, we find P, remember, here is P, and it's the opposite. Here's Q, and that's the opposite also. So P is -3, and Q is +5. We average those two together by adding them and dividing by 2. I get 1. That's our x coordinate of our vertex. It's also our axis of symmetry. And we plug that back in to find our y. So we put 1 in wherever we saw x. We do the addition and subtraction inside first. And then we do the multiplication. 1/2 times 4 is 2. 2 times -4 is -8. So our vertex is 1, -8. That is right here. And now the pattern is 1, 3, 5. We need to multiply by the a. And a is right there. So we'll multiply each one of those by 0.5. And our new pattern is 0.5, 1.5, 2.5. And these are all up. So up 1/2 and over 1. Up 1.5 and over 1. And then up 2.5 and over 1 from there. Remember, it's symmetrical. There's our parabola. Label the vertex. And we're good. All right. This one usually is the one that gives students the hardest time, so feel free to rewind it and watch this one again. You need to know how to do all 3 of those before you're allowed to retest. Finish that worksheet, turn it into your teacher, and retest, or go get help from your teacher if the videos aren't quite cutting it for you.